Okay, we about to start.
Go.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Level up. Level up. Let me see how you want to sing.
I can't do it. Okay,
I'm so yummy. All in your tummy.
that was cute at your event.
Was that so cute? It was.
You
Okay.
have to have a better playlist.
We're going to do a playlist for the event.
Okay. We're back.
Yay. Hey, I'm
We're
Lisa.
back. I'm Randy.
And today's episode, sometimes we talk about yoga.
And other shit.
And today is the other shit. And today is the crystals and the shit. That we
Crystals and the shit. I like that.
Maybe that should be a t-shirt.
Crystals and the
The
shit.
shit.
Do you remember Tales from the Crypt?
Do I remember? Yeah, I remember Tales from the Crypt. And Tales from the Hood.
But do you remember he was like knee deep in the shit?
And that's what we are talking about today. We're knee deep in crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have lots of crystals here. For our listeners, come check us out at our event because you can't see what we have.
No.
But we have something coming up very special. If you haven't bought a ticket, go ahead and
You better
get
your tickets. We're almost sold out. The event is Saturday, March 30th, from 12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. And it's going to be at the Elevated Building downtown. So you have got to join us. All of the tickets are available at lisahillaryj.com and
loveenergyflowyoga.com.
Yes, or Eventbrite. Just type in Crystal Chakra Event.
Yeah, and so the beauty of it is that we're also going to talk about chakras and how the energetic bodies, how we hold on to stuff, how we release it, and how we can use crystals to help us do that. What crystals are. Why we fell in love with them.
And exactly where they came from. It's one of those things because people are like, are they just rocks or they are just stones?
Sure.
And, yeah, but then they're also from the earth, like these living beings that we feel like they are.
I just say this. For years, people have gone around the world mining, raping, pillaging for these rocks. So there must be something to it.
I'm like,
there must
be something to it. Yes.
And we're going to talk about that. There's some science behind it. There is some kind of majestic qualities to some of the crystals. There's like lots of cool rumors and stories about crystals and how they help you manifest your goals and dreams.
And then each of the crystals, there are several different ones that affect different areas of your chakras.
Yes.
So as we talk about the chakra system as well, we're going to bring out the different crystals that affect that area that can help strengthen this energy force, this energy flow that goes into your body.
So, like, for example, on your Instagram, you love showing, which I love because it just reminds me, oh, I'm going to go do that. You meditate with crystals on your forehead, on your heart chakra, on your throat.
I would sleep. There is this post on Instagram that I'm going to post.
Okay.
That there's like a little, it's like a casket of amethyst. And it's like, when I die, bury me in this. And if I believed in burials, I would say do it. But I don't believe in burials, so set me afire. So, but...
Are you a Viking?
I'm not a Viking. I just think it's a waste of money. This is a big sidebar. It's a big sidebar. But the post is so... It's a little thing that just goes like that. And it says but it's a big thing of crystals and it's amethyst. It's so
amethyst
beautiful.
cast.
Yes.
I'm on all those crystal pages on Instagram and they have like crystal sinks and like crystal coffee table and like...
So beautiful. I would take all of that. And all of those things, like energetically, Randy and I have just found ourselves throughout life drawn to.
And there's a reason.
And there's a reason. And then some ones we feel stronger drawn to that we stay with more, and other ones that we just kind of stay away from. So that's what the event is going to be going into. But I would like to first discuss the crystal dildos.
But they're not called that.
I know they're not called that, but this is what we're calling
personal
them.
massagers.
So they're called massage
tool,
right? They're called a massage tool, right? Which is...
I'm gonna massage my pineal gland right now.
Yeah, that's not what people really want to massage, but that's fine.
Or my thyroid.
So this has been the topic of a bit of controversy in people. Is that people are Why is she so distracting? Is that people are using these things for sexual stimulation.
Okay.
Which the rose quartz is this, and then what stone is this?
Well, this is an indigo gabbro wand.
Oof,
nice name, right?
Sweet
indigo
name.
gabbro.
And it's so warm. This
That's the green aventurine.
Green aventurine. So all of these things can be used as massage tools, meaning that you can physically massage them on certain points of your body. But then also this one is just a little bit of nicer size. And if you would like to insert it inside yourself, you can do that as well. I mean,
I should have done a disclaimer at the beginning of
What's
this.
What's the disclaimer?
The disclaimer is people whose children are listening to this with them in the car. Yeah, turn it off. And
turn it off now.
Go do what they want to
and then
do.
just for like 15 minutes, we're just going to talk about this for a second. So specifically, Randy, can you explain what rose quartz is?
An extremely high vibrating stone.
Okay.
Play on words because it does not vibrate physically.
It doesn't.
But the energetic vibration to the rose quartz, it is all about love. It is all about healing and compassion. It is unconditional. The rose quartz is good for anybody who's trying to attract just unconditional love into their life. And it is one of my favorite crystals, just because it's pure. It's just
which is why I think this is like a really cool one once you know what it is, that if you to have inside of you, like if you want to do that, whether you choose to do that or you let someone else choose to do that, I think the rose quartz is good for that. Now this is also a rose quartz. Ew.
This necklace is also a rose quartz.
Right. So, I mean, I would suggest those inside of you, but these can be used as other
People
things.
do fun things.
People do fun things, yes. But it really became a big
conversation went
I know.
Well,
this is why, because I got to get into this for a second, was because I put a post on my Instagram, and it was, because, people are selling them as massage tools, and they call them, dildos. So you can say massage tools, dildos, whatever you want to call it as. And so it became this stream of conversations that sparked up. Some of the questions, like, guys are like whatever, those big little googly eyes in them. But also, because the biggest question is, then somebody asked me, like, would you use this? And I'm like, would I? Absolutely. As opposed to sticking some random plastic inside of me where, probably multiple people will have handled, and there's, all these chemicals on top of it. And then there's other things inside of it. Whereas though, at least I know energetically,
came from God. It came from the earth.
It came from the earth. Like, the earth made this. So why wouldn't I want something the earth made inside of me, as opposed to...
That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation, as opposed to, like, I don't know, this random magazine inside. It's just a difference. That's all. But that was my little PSA about that.
Lord, I just had words with Lisa about pushing me outside of my
comfort right now. Would she please, like, get out of this?
No, I'm getting out. You're pushing me over the edge. Jump out of the comfort zone. But anyway,
so we're going to discuss that at the workshop.
So if you're curious, we have some information about that.
Definitely.
I have some very close friends and people in my life that are familiar with the use of crystal wands for pleasure. So I got some stories that I can share that they're open to talking about.
And it's nothing to be sad about or discouraged about. Like, I personally use it because I prefer it, and at least I know what it is, and it feels great. So good. Okay.
So Lisa can vouch for that one. Okay, but look.
Okay.
Does size matter?
Does size matter? So that's always like this major question. It's not the
size of the crystal.
It's the vibration. It's the vibration of the crystal. So does it matter? I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all that.
We'll get into that later.
It's just like in life, it is personal preference.
It's personal preference. And then depending on what you do with it, you never know.
What's your favorite new crystal you heard about?
I've been on selenite for a while. Honestly, like the lapis.
Okay, why is that your newer favorite? Oh, yeah.
Because it's like dealing with this throat chakra. And so I found...
So for everybody listening, lapis lazuli is a blue stone.
Blue stone.
Very vibrant, vivid, like really royal blue. It's beautiful.
And the whole thing is because I found that being an energy worker and a body worker, that so many people's throat chakras are closed.
Yes.
So many people bite their tongue. They deal with different TMJ issues. Grinding their teeth. This whole...
I do that at night. I have that whole like...
You got the bite guard.
The clenched jaw.
Why do you do that?
I've always done that. I think... I have, when you have sinus issues and stuff, you learn how to sleep in a way that tightens your face so that your nasal passage can. So like that comes with like maybe tightening the jaw, because I was having issues breathing. So I'm like, I found the position, but it just, you end up waking up.
It's not good for you.
No, it's not.
No, it's not good for you. And it jacks up all these muscles. So hers happens to be a sinus issue.
It could be other things too, but I think that's why I've justified over the years.
To biting it. But there are so many people that deal with other issues with their throat chakra. And so actually, when I'm working on clients, I just keep these in the room with me. And if I know that and they're face up, I'll just lie it. Like on the center. I'll just lie it on their throat. While I'm working on them.
That's super cool.
And then, so this is one of my favorites. But honestly, amethyst is my ultimate favorite crystal, which I don't want to knock that over. Could you pass that here, Wendy?
The big purple one.
So
the big purple stone.
The big purple. Like, that's what I feel like this one does to you.
It draws you in.
It draws you in. It's beautiful. I'm a Pisces, so amethyst happens to be my birthstone.
Amethyst ring.
I have on an amethyst ring. I got rose quartz and a garnet in my ear.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just.
That was amethyst.
That was amethyst? Oh, I'm sorry. Amethyst and garnet in my ear. And so I've always just been, even as a child, I was always drawn to amethyst. Purple is my favorite color. I'm an adult. My room is purple. I was a child. My room
was purple.
It's still purple at my daddy's house.
Okay.
Shout out to my daddy. But so this is one of my favorites that I always stay with. But what about you?
So the rose quartz, I don't know. I have a big one up here. That one is my ultimate favorite just because funny enough, pink has always been like one of my favorite colors. I kind of go in and out with which kind of pink, like light fuchsia, really deep. And
this is a sphere.
Yeah, so I've just always been drawn to the rose quartz just because. And then we talked about my heart chakra being like super open.
Her heart chakra is really
so maybe
open.
That's just naturally
pendulum
drawn to it. But my new favorite one is. What I ended up buying this for somebody who had
lepidolite. I have one.
So what happened was I knew somebody that was having anxiety, and so I went in.
That's why I got one.
I went and I was like, what can somebody do or use if they need to meditate? And this is called a worry stone, so it's kind of flat, and so you can, like, if you have somebody that just needs to feel something in their pocket or in their hand, you can kind of rub it back and forth, or you can, it's flat, so you can lay it on, like, wherever you want to, your heart, your forehead, or whatever.
But I keep mine in my bra.
So literally just read this today, that lepidolite is a natural source of lithium. So for people who have anxiety or have other mental illnesses that they're dealing with or issues that they're dealing with, a lot of times
they
put you on lithium, and that's one of the first go-tos for a drug to try to see if it helps balance out your
So check this out.
Emotion.
So this has, say the name again because I keep scrolling it up. Lepidolite. This has titanium in it. Lithium specks in it inside of the stone. So yeah.
So literally. I'm not like gonna be like Tom Cruise when he was like, I don't take drugs or any of that stuff, and you just use natural things. But when you talk about like ways you can supplement other things in your life, I'm not gonna tell you if you're on lithium prescribed to you by the doctor,
absolutely not.
To stop taking lithium and go feel on this worry stone. But you may benefit from having some lepidolite around you if you're dealing with some of those issues, and you can talk to somebody else about what effects and changes that have happened in your life.
Specifically for anxiety, I keep this one.
That is a selenite.
So this is a selenite. And then this is a selenite sphere
different
here.
Shapes.
Different shapes.
So I have different
all the crystals come in different shapes too. So they can be different things with just different shapes.
It's rock,
and then I have this baby one.
Which I kind of love that one.
Which me too, and it's the perfect one that's easy to stay on me. Like this one's too big to like keep on me. And then I tried this here; it didn't really go out well.
That's good for in the house and having it. Like,
and because it'll encompass like the room. So
we will talk about how shapes affect intentions of crystals or what you have them for, and why some points are good in certain situations and fears are good. We'll talk about that also at the event. So I can understand why the sphere was like too much.
So, but the rose quartz one. So I feel like this is good because it'll just give off all of this energy of love.
Yeah. So I usually keep that one like in the foyer in the house. And so the idea was that I had this big ball of love in the middle of the house. Right. So the idea was it just like it swirls. If I could imagine the energy swirling around like a big ball of energy. It is.
It'll do that.
It'll just
yeah
make anybody that comes in
like
its
that.
orbit feel loved and
feel
peaceful.
love and peace.
Yeah, exactly.
So we brought those out for you guys today. And so I'm going to get into a little more of the chakras a bit so you can understand that, what we're going to talk about there. So in the body, there is an entire chakra system that happens in every single one of us, whether you know that it's real or it's not real, it's still there.
Yes.
Many different chakras, but generally we only focus on 7 of them. And we start at the bottom, where by the root, and so it's the root chakra at the lower level.
So that's your coccyx. Am I saying that right? Like
yeah,
where
you
your
said that really great.
Bone is.
Yes.
So it's literally your tailbone.
It's literally your tailbone.
Ass.
It's literally your ass. But when you're face up, like it's there, right? But then this chakra, it deals with our rootedness, our earth, our groundedness, our safety, our security. Do we feel safe, financially, all of those things. And sometimes if you're going through things in life, whether you're traveling, you're relocating, or if you don't have a place to stay, that chakra may be out of whack in order to do it. So we're going to discuss ways to help to balance it back and give you affirmations to speak on it. And then the specific stones that deal with that area to root you in that. Next one moving up is our sacral chakra, which is about 3 inches below your belly button. So if you feel where your navel is, it's like 3 inches below there. And your sacral chakra deals with your fantasies, your creativity, your sexuality. It deals with all of those things.
That's the carnelian. That's good.
Yes. And so, which is why also I like the rose quartz for that area, just, to keep myself together. Moving up more, your solar plexus. It's in that diaphragm area, like in the upper part, like of the belly. It sits up there. And your solar plexus deals with your willpower, your strength. Do you feel strong? Yes. There. Do you feel confident?
Oh, confident. Huge.
So if you have low self-esteem, or if you're weak or you're a little shy, that solar plexus may not be spinning the proper way. And so you got to do things to strengthen it. Next, moving up is our heart, which is in the center of our chest, which Randy talked about. So we'll show that now. This is a pendulum, and it's actually an amethyst pendulum. So we discussed amethyst earlier. So this is my favorite, my pendulum. And when you first get one, we're also going to discuss ways to set them, how to know if it's a yes or a no when you ask it questions. And you see this, that for Randy, her heart chakra was like, whoosh. I can't even control this, right? This overwhelming amount of love going through her.
So for the podcast listeners, if you're not watching, what she did was she placed the pendulum right in front of my heart chakra. And when your chakra wheel is spinning in the right direction,
clockwise,
your pendulum will spin that way. And if it's closed, it will, or underactive is the word, right?
So if it's closed or underactive, it'll either like stay still, like or it'll spin in the opposite direction of the way that it's supposed to be going. So you got some stuff to work on. You got some stuff to work on, which most of the stuff, I'm not going to even say most of it, everything is workable. You just have to deal with your stuff, which...
Can we tell what happened at you and Portia's event?
So, that was so deep. Okay. So we had an event last month. My girlfriend Portia and I, it was called I Love Myself Party. And it was just about women. It was for women only, and women only about loving themselves. And it was so awesome. Detroit showed up. It was over 100 women that gathered together just for love.
Met so many beautiful women. Yeah.
So we had a young lady. I just pulled a random person for the audience, and I discussed more of the chakras. I really didn't get into the crystals at that moment. And I just
wanted to show what a spinning wheel looked like.
So because what people think it is that, one, disclaimer, this is not voodoo. Some people say it's witchery, whatever you decide to call it, but whatever it is, it's not satanic. It's not anything mean. It's not
the energetic
evil.
body.
It's the energetic body. And so no different than if you walk into a room with someone, and I said this at the event, no different if somebody comes in and you're like, ooh, I like them, or ugh, I don't like that.
It's the energy. It's just the
vibration, the frequencies that you feel that you can't explain. So that's what these chakras still vibrate to. So I explained that, and I said we were dealing with the heart because it was called I Love Myself Party. So let's bring somebody up on stage.
She raised her hand.
I'm
coming.
Yes, sweet pie, adorable, right? So she came up. She laid down on the table.
Yeah.
I had a massage table at the front of the room. I put it on top, spinning for her heart chakra, and it started to go counterclockwise this really big direction.
Really aggressively. It was like swinging, like, and Lisa was like, wait, I didn't.
What's happening?
Right, what's happening with you? And the lady was like, I'm actually going through a divorce.
She's going through a divorce, which made sense. And so Randy has a stone over her heart. I'm going to use this as my mic. Sorry. So I know. It's all purposeful, right? So I had the mic in my hand to talk. Randy's holding it and it's going the counterclockwise direction. Then I asked, like, she's, what's going on? She's going through a divorce, right? We let that go. Okay, fine. So then we stopped. And then I had her just say affirmations to
First,
herself.
you had her repeat, I love myself.
I love myself.
Do you know, and people who were there can vouch, this pendulum started spinning in the opposite direction.
The moment that she spoke those words and vibrated that energy, it started just turning.
So we talk about the power of the tongue.
Yes.
The ability to change energy with so many different things. Just the power of speaking it into the universe. That was like visually being able to witness that.
It was deep.
It was deep.
It was heavy. And because as women, as parents, as kids, and as humans, we walk around and we say things to people and we blow it off like it's not a big deal.
And we say bad things to ourselves all the time.
To ourselves, we say bad things to our children. We rear our children,
friends,
our spouses,
others,
we bring these vibrations. And this is how strong it changes to the body. But just by her saying, I love myself, it started to go back in the proper direction, like Randy's uncontrollably loving the world, all the planets, the bees, and the ants. Like everything. Oh my gosh! You can see I'm not even moving my hand, right? It's gonna smack her in the face. But this is what happened to the young ladies with our heart.
Yeah.
Just by saying that. So if you are someone that feels like these words or these negative words help get you through, they don't serve you.
No.
So a lot of this event, we're going to be sharing affirmations of different ways you can say
how to change your vibration. Change your vibration.
Yes.
And we talked about the secret and the law of attraction. You keep vibrating low, that's all you're going to attract.
That's all you're going to attract. So I don't want to vibrate low. Like, I'm not a low vibrating person. And if you're ever around me, like, we coming up. Like, we leveling up.
Oh, she'll push you.
I'll push you up, right? And if you want to stay low, like, you can stay low, but stay low over there. Don't stay low, like, by me.
And that's evident in how you teach your class, too.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree 110% with that.
I'm about that. Like, come up. Now we gotta go up. Throat chakra. So your throat chakra sits right in the center of the chakra.
I bet you if she put it in front of my throat, it's gonna be still.
Don't say. Did you hear? Oh my gosh! Did we just talk about the stuff you're not supposed to say? The power of the voice. And then she goes and says that. Let's see. I can't make this shit up. Like, I can't make this shit up. So first of all, it was literally still, but she said that it's going to be still.
So I spoke it.
So she spoke it into existence. So do you see how you can manifest your life? Like, this is what we're dealing with, how you actually physically, mentally manifest your life. And this is what she just manifested.
I just did. Okay, but I did it for a reason, because I sent Lisa this article, which she did not read.
I don't read it. Don't send me a lot of long stuff, because I'm not going to read it.
So, but I did that on purpose. I promise you I did.
Great. Awesome.
There was an article talking about music vibration and the chakras.
Yeah,
it's so deep. It's so deep. But what happened is it went into a bunch of other stuff talking about men and women, where we are in our country versus the rest of the world, and our collective consciousness where we're vibrating. And in general, women typically have closed throat chakras or underactive throat chakras. And it is patriarchal society. It is so many other things. But when you look at the women and what's changing in today's society, or even in 2019, the throat chakra for the collective woman is starting to open up a little bit. But collectively, we're still a little reserved. We're still a little less confident in speaking our truth, right? So that's what it said. Said something different for the men. We can talk about that, but we already passed that chakra. But yeah.
But so for women and men, whoever's listening or feeling this, speak your truth. Like, I don't care what your truth is. You should speak it. And it doesn't matter who agrees with you, who doesn't agree with you. You stand up for yourself. You say what's on your mind. You say what you feel. You don't have to go with the flow of situations and of life. Like, you speak your truth.
Yeah.
And for that, so you saw what Randy was in her complete stillness in that moment. So now we're going to try this with her speaking her truth. So I have a right to communicate.
I have a right to communicate.
I am open with my communication.
I am open with my communication.
I have a right to communicate.
I have a right to communicate.
I am open with my communication.
I am open with my communication.
So you see, so now this is starting it's
spinning.
spinning because, but she spoke it in when she said it's going to be still.
When I spoke the opposite,
then
it was like, all right, let's close it up. That's the energy we're at. So
this event's going to be good. Okay, right here.
This event is going to be
it's
so
going to be
dope.
Because I just want people to heal. I just want people to heal. We're walking around with so many different things on us from childhood, from life, that we're dragging from one relationship to the next relationship, that we're not able to see our way through and clear.
We are fully capable of healing ourselves.
Yes.
We just have to understand how.
We have to understand how and where to start and what to do.
Okay.
Third eye, which honestly, this is my favorite chakra of them all. No, I'm not for me. You. Yeah, for you.
I'm the guinea pig.
She's the guinea pig.
I have no attachment to that one. I don't know what it's going to do. So I don't even know.
So explain it first.
I'm as curious as everybody else.
Our third eye chakra deals with our intuition, our intuitiveness,
yeah,
our understanding that we listen to these gut feelings inside of our body and we don't deny them. And so you may hear people say, my third eye, or my third eye is open, or this is what's going on. But this is your vision, that vision that even though it's not a physical eye, it's that spiritual eye that sits in the middle that you are going to listen to.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to hold it here. And it's a buzzing.
It reminds me of Dave Chappelle. Like, they spinning, nigga, they spinning. They spinning.
I ain't got love Dave Chappelle. Do you know I have 32 episodes taped from
They spinning?
From Dave? No, I'm serious. From his show we had. I won't delete them off my.
We have
my
all the
TV.
DVDs, so you can delete them because we have the DVDs.
No, I love them.
Okay.
Okay, good. So her third eye is open, which tells me that she listens to her intuition and her intuitive side. At the crown of her head at the top, this is called your crown chakra now. This crown
we have talked to y'all about this a lot, so I hope y'all listen.
Hope y'all listening. And this crown chakra, it deals with our connection to the divine. Now, whatever your divine is in you, and believing that there's a divine inside of you. So whoever, whether it's God, Allah, no matter what religion,
whatever you name it,
whether it's the universe, whatever you call it, it's just that you knowing that there is a connection from here out here, and it's not just you. And sometimes people's crown chakra is not functioning properly if they have like this really big ego, like it's just about me, or I'm the man, or I'm the guy. And then that's not really a good way to walk through life anyway. But even if it is this connection to the divine, it also knows that you have the divine inside of you to walk in it and to be strong. And I had a couple clients. I had one client this weekend. We're made in the image of God. I had a client over the weekend when we got to her crown chakra, her third and her crown were closed. Why? And so why? So I stopped. How? And so I asked her when we got done, because I keep, a mask over their eyes while I check them just so nobody wants to get up and look. And so she had a really good relationship with God. She was, in the church. But then I said, okay, well, let's flip this. Do you realize there's a God in you? You have this strength to be this person. And then her face starts to, twitch, which she didn't see that light in herself. She saw the light.
I get that.
She saw the light, and culturally, and I'm speaking to us as African American women culturally, if we were raised in the church, that's, we're raised to serve, and we're raised, this is what we do, and no matter what, God, and you do this, and you have this, they have this fear, and this is all I'm supposed to do is serve, and so you don't always realize you have that strength in you.
I think also there is, when you have a bishop or pastor or priest or someone at the front speaking behind the pulpit, the message is that God speaks only to that person, and then that person will deliver your message for you.
Yes.
So therefore, people stop trusting their connection with God because they're looking for it in the leader of that,
and which is probably why the third eye and the crown were closed.
So I've put all my trust in man and forgot about my own connection.
And so she's not listening to herself here and believing that there's also a divine inside of her. Not taking away from the true creator, but just not even that she has
to you, that you can speak to God too, and that God speaks through you. Through you.
So getting up here with this crown, let's see what Miss Randy had before we even, there it is. And it circles around the head. It's like, she's so silly. So it becomes this big. It's spinning. Something wrong with her. So she has it, and it's spinning so vibrantly at the top of her head with that. But at the event, again, it's going to be.
We do this. We love this, and people want to understand it. They tap in their toe. They come to yoga class, and I give out crystals, and you talk to people about their heart. And
so look, wait, no, back up. So Randy, when she teaches all of her classes,
I was like, "What are you about to say?"
No, when she
teaches, see how I was looking at you like, "Girl,
whoa, what you about to say?" And I'm not stopping whatever it was. When she teaches her classes, she keeps a bag, and then she reaches in and then hands each person a crystal.
Yeah, random
crystal for them to hold after class. Now, intuitively, she picks whatever one. She gives to them. She just hands it to them, and then they do what else they need to do with the stone. But what was interesting one time was that a student placed one on her third eye.
I know what you're about to say.
Right. Well, I don't know because there's a couple stories with this one. She placed one there, and she said she actually felt it, which she was a disbeliever. And it doesn't matter if you're a disbeliever or not.
She just didn't know about it. Didn't know what it was.
No.
Wasn't even her realm of consciousness. Didn't even know.
But even if it's not in your realm of consciousness, because consciousness, this energy still works there. And so then after that, she started to tap in more intuitively, and she brought herself back to classes. And then one day she came to my class, and then she goes, "Did you put something on my third eye while I was laying down?" And I said, "I did not." But she began to feel it anyway.
Oh, because she was vibrating.
Because she was vibrating there, right?
Okay, she started to open up
She started to open up, and she started to tap into it more. So it's true, y'all.
I thought you were going to tell the story about the crystal that jumped out that lady.
Oh, tell them that story. So she gives someone a crystal, hands it to them, right, in their hand, and it kept falling out. Randy picks it up, puts it back in. Bloop, kept falling out. Picks it up again. Bloop, keeps coming out. So what does that mean?
Well, we talked about, sometimes crystals just don't agree with you. Sometimes that's not your crystal, that is not energetically, you don't need it. It's not energetically for you. For example, a friend of mine was going through a divorce, and so it was becoming contentious. And so in those relationships, in those situations, you need things that protect you and ground you and shield you. And I had just bought a crystal just because I'd been reading, it's a good crystal to have. Black obsidian, because it helps absorb.
Do we have an obsidian here?
I don't have one. I gave it to her. It absorbs negative energy.
So that would be like the black tourmaline.
Black tourmaline, onyx.
So like these darker crystals that you see.
A lot of times they are good for grounding, rooting you, protecting you. And so that's why people really look at those stones. And I literally bought this stone, but every time I bought it, I felt like my body would, every time I had it in my hand, I felt like my body would lock up. And so I'm talking to my friend, this was after a yoga class. Hey, Tosh. And she was whatever she was going through, she was like, "Girl, I got to get an obsidian." And I was like, "Oh my God, I have it." And I gave it to her. For her, it lifted her. For me, it was like a heavy bowling ball, and it was like the size of a quarter. And so in that moment, I bought it because I wanted to, but maybe Spirit was saying, buy this because your friend needs this. And then when I gave it to her, that's something that she needed in terms of helping her stay grounded and feel protected against the energy that was coming to attack her via her ex-spouse or what she was
whatever
going
it
through
is.
With that. So it's like sometimes energetically, it's not what you need.
It's not what you need.
It's not that it's a bad
Where's
crystal.
lighter?
It's not that it's not that it's evil, or it's just, hey, that's not yours. You don't need that one.
And you might have to give it up if it's not
yours.
the one for you. Or no different than this black tourmaline. One of my friends had it, and because her boyfriend dealt with these issues with someone at work, and a very strong, angry boss.
Oh yeah, you told me about this. And he didn't believe.
He
doesn't believe in this gobbledygook.
He doesn't believe in this, whatever you want to call it, right? In our dream, he doesn't want to believe in our dream. And she just gave it to him and told him to keep it in his pocket. And as soon as he walked into his boss's office, the black tourmaline popped in half.
It was working overdrive.
It was working overdrive trying to protect him from it. And so after that, he finally got it and he understood it, exactly what it was about. So all of these things will come up in the workshop. But where's the Palo Santo?
Above you.
Okay, thank you. So Randy and I always like this, and we always say Palo Santo 3 times. Palo Santo, Palo Santo, Palo Santo. 3 times. Because it's like one of those things like, woof, and then everything's going to be okay if you whisper it 3 times. But a way to cleanse your crystals to after you buy them is with the Palo Santo.
Right.
You want to go more deeper into that, Randy?
So there are different ways to clear the energy of a space. People will, you buy a new home, they tell you sage your house or bless your house. People do Florida water. People will actually buy a smudge stick, which is usually white sage in a bundle. Incense. If you probably been lighting incense all your life, or had your auntie that you use incense, didn't even know that is a way to clear energy. Music.
Yes.
Singing bowls, music that you play.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that, how those align with the chakras. But what I like, we just like the smell of this, and it just makes me feel so good.
Oh.
But what Palo Santo is for is basically like smoothing out the energy. So if there's like negative energy in the space,
Mm-hmm.
you light a little Palo Santo, and it just it kind of just it keeps the good energy in and just ushers the bad energy out. And some of my favorite yoga classes, not even ones that we teach, but yoga teachers, like Lauren always has Palo Santo on her. You'll go like to my friend Leah, she's always lighting it. And so people just really love to clear a space to invite other people in for healing. And Palo Santo, it smells good. It smells like a good, like, not a hickory, but like a good fireplace. Like
it smells like, it's so woodsy to me because it's a wood.
It's a pretty
wood. It's a pretty wood.
It's not like somebody's burning down the house smell.
No. It smells so good.
Yeah.
So even if you are into saging, and we'll talk about that thing too. I feel like we keep saying that.
Yeah.
But if you
we just really want people to know that they have the opportunity to come learn more. So.
But I do want to show something that I did learn the other day. So I'm going to light this, and I was clearing my pendulum because I use the same pendulum, because once you picked one, like, it belongs to you, right? And hold this pendulum, hold that right there.
I'm holding the Palo Santo.
She's holding the Palo Santo, and I put my pendulum on top of it to clear it, because I clear it after every single one of my clients. And then look what it does with this. Do you see it spinning in this clockwise direction where it just loves the Palo Santo? Now, this was new for me watching it, because usually I'll just have it in my hand and take it over it. But this was my pendulum saying, yes, I love that. No different than, my pendulum being over the stones, and it says, yes, I love it. So then randomly I started just walking around my house to like grab stuff. So I had some, no, I'm serious. It was
I'm laughing because I already know that
it was 20 minutes, right? So then it was bananas, and I put it over my bananas, and it was like, yes, bananas. And then I had some white rice, like I had some rice. And I put it on top of the white rice, and it said, no. I'm like, rice,
okay, but
no.
you have to explain to people, because you've been kind of eliminating things bit by bit from your diet because
let me tell you something
going on.
I eat six things.
Gluten free.
I can't eat gluten. I can't eat dairy.
I went somewhere with her. She was like, I need the gluten free vegan menu, please. I was like, huh?
Hello.
That was the picky one.
No, it is not. Let's be clear. Like, I love it, but some of it's not really by choice. Like, a lot of it's because the belly doesn't allow for these things, which I'm okay with, because to me, my belly then becomes my own pendulum, and it's telling me that it's not good stuff for me. But in my head, I'm like,
white rice.
White rice, right. But I get it. I know they're like, you shouldn't eat white bread, and that's cool, but I was still doing the white rice. And then it said, no, so now I can't have white rice no more, which I'm completely okay with. So then I start dumping stuff out of my purse at my kitchen table. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm penduluming everything. Anyway, so if you don't know my story, I was on medication for like a decade, or just probably longer than that. So I had some old medicine, and I pulled my medicine out.
Why do you still have this in your purse?
That's a really good question. This is about to be therapy right now, because I always feel like, just
is it a reminder?
No, it's not a reminder. It's like a 911. I think I'm scared that if I don't have it on me and I really need it,
and you won't have it,
then I won't have it. But here's the reality.
I was like, how expired is this?
It's so expired, but outside of it being expired, it takes 6 weeks to kick into your system. So one just really get into the heart of this. So one pill is not going to make me feel better.
But the placebo effect.
But the placebo, which now that you brought that to my attention, I have to break up with it because there's some type of safety thing of it being in my purse. And maybe I think because it's in my purse, I'm going to be okay.
Okay.
Even though I have 10 crystals and Palo Santo and other things that I use to soothe. But hold this, Randy. Okay. So then I pulled this out because it was in my purse, and look what it does. Now, this is the counterclockwise directions.
Really big. It hates this.
Do you see it? Like
say no.
Like it doesn't. It doesn't. I know it doesn't like the meds, but
so when we talk about the pendulum and the crystals, a lot of times people are like, "Well, what is that? Are you doing like?" It's basically what Lisa has done with her crystal is asked her crystal to be her spirit guide. So her spirit is telling her with motion, no, or yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
that said no. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying you should chuck your medicine because the pendulum says no. I just have to put that out there because I'm not saying that, nor should you do that.
Or don't make any decisions because you're waiting on the
pendulum. Or don't make any decisions because you're waiting on the pendulum. It's only me and Randy. Randy will ask me a question. I'm like, ask the pendulum. I don't know. I can't answer that right now. But
then I'm texting back, OMG, with the eye roll emoji.
I'm like, pull your phone out. If it's a picture, should we do it? Yes or no? Like, this is what I'm going off of, this energy now. Again, but I vibrate on a different level.
Yeah.
So that's how I move. But if you're on medicine, keep your meds, talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
But I've been off for a long time.
But if you want to know more, come see us on the 30th.
So Saturday, March the 30th.
Yeah.
12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. We're going to dive so much deeper into all of this.
And then people will be able to ask questions that they haven't, wanted to ask or known about, been afraid to ask. Or somebody else might ask the question you've been afraid to ask and you get your answer. So join us.
And then we will also have crystals for sale.
Yeah.
So we'll discuss that and the chakras, and then you'll have your crystals where you can take and go home with.
Yeah.
And I think, Randy, are we about to do a tarot reading?
No.
You don't want to?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done now?
We can pull a goddess card, though.
Well, let's pull a goddess. Why don't we just do a tarot real quick? Why don't we do a tarot pull?
Because I haven't done it in a long time.
Okay.
I don't know. I
think my cards are in my car.
So I
let them see the cards. So when what you didn't hear me saying was, are we about to do a tarot pull? Or so we have a goddess. They're goddess cards too. Goddess cards, tarot cards.
By Doreen Virtue. So she has a lot of different decks. They're just really good decks. And sometimes what I'll do, and I'll just like a message that I need for the day, or even I'll just pray for my friends and say, I'm thinking of Lisa, or I'm thinking of Tiff, or I'm thinking of, somebody, or my sister, and, is there a message that I can help them, whatever they're going through. I might not even know. I just might say, okay. And so for this, I'll say my intention would be for our listeners, anything that they really need to hear, or that could resonate with everybody universally.
And so what she's doing is shuffling the cards. So before she does her tarot pull, she's just giving them some good energy,
and just until I feel like it's good, like until something makes me stop. It's just it's no science to that. It just is. And the one I pulled is Mother Earth.
Okay, Mother Earth. So here's the card right here.
Mawu,
Mother Earth.
You are called upon to help with environmentalism. There's no greater cause today than giving back to your mother and rekindling a friendship with the soil, air, and water. The earth is the life force for material life, and there's no sense in continuing a downward spiral of dirtying the planet with further pollution. Your contribution is necessary no matter how small. You make a huge difference in this planet's welfare through small and simple changes in how you operate. It's worth it, believe me, and I will help you accomplish this goal in all ways. Recycle. Tell your kids to pick up the
Do you know how much I recycle?
So, do you know in some states they're not even allowing you to use straws anymore?
They shouldn't.
And so, like, just different things that, But Mawu is a West African moon goddess who's believed to have created all life with her husband, the sun god Liza. She helps call upon those who want to learn how to live in harmony with nature and respect its resources. That's it. That's all. Love the planet. Love your home.
So please join us Saturday.
That was cool.
March 30th. It was a good day. Come learn more. Come share more. Come vibe with us more. We would love to meet all of you.
Yeah. And
tickets available on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
It's the Healing of Crystals in the Chakra System. Or under my website, LisaHillaryJ.com. That's HILLISAHILLARYJ.com. And Randy's website,
LoveEnergyFlowYoga.com. We also have the links available in all of our socials.
Yes.
So at Lisa Hillary J, at Randy Rand, and at the Sometimes We Talk About Yoga podcast, IG. And go ahead, buy your ticket today. Buy you and your friend a ticket.
Buy you and your friend a ticket.
Buy you and your mama a ticket. And your cousins too.
See you guys soon.
Love y'all. Bye.